Every midnight, I throw a penny into the hidden creek behind my house, asking for the same wish over and over again. But nothing happens, hoping, wishing my dream would someday come true. It all started on my 18th birthday. Strange things started happening to me. I was unable to explain any of it. I could hear sounds like whispers all around me. I could even see colors of red around different people. Not everyone, but some of them. One day, I went for a walk down the street at midnight, trying to clear my head of all the sounds and whispers, and noticed someone running really fast down the street. The person? It was a lady screaming, "Help me, please, help me," as she tries to run as if someone was trying to catch her. I tried to get closer to her, but wasn't able to run as fast as she was. All I was able to see was a red blur around her body. The whispers kept getting louder and louder, but her screams just getting softer and softer. I screamed out loud to her, "I'm here to help. Slow down, please. Slow down." But it was like she couldn't hear me and continued to run down the street as if her life was about to come to an end. I was unable to see where she was anymore. She ran so fast, she ran out of my sight. I still continued down to where she was and to find her, and suddenly I found her. What am I seeing right now? I said to myself. Her body was all twisted and all over the place, her toes and fingers pulled out of her sockets, her eyes missing as if she'd never had any to start with. Her arms and legs were, well, I think you get the picture. But the strangest thing I can't quite figure out is she's not red anymore. Why? Is it because she's dead? I ran back home as fast as I can, completely disturbed from what just happened. I ran into the house, upstairs, jumped into the bed, pulled my sheets over my head in fear until I fell asleep. The next morning, I grabbed my parents, asking if I could show them something that happened last night. They looked at me like they were really confused, but they went along with it. They drove me to the place I found the dead woman, but nothing was around. It was like it never even happened. I begged them that this was real. It was very real. But my parents didn't believe me, and we just drove back home. When we got home, I got ready for school, packed my bags, got my lunch all prepared for lunch period, and off we go to school as if nothing ever happened. I pulled my hoodie over my head to hide my face because when I walked right into the school, whispers started up again, faint, and I could hardly understand what any of them were saying. It was lunchtime and I didn't have an appetite due to all the quiet whispers humming in my head. I sit down on the bench inside the cafeteria with all my other classmates and noticed another red aura around someone else I didn't even know. What is this aura? I said to myself. I tapped the person next to me on the shoulder and asked, "Do you see anything strange around this person sitting next to the cafeteria entrance?" "No," the person said, looking at me like I was some type of a crazy person. I stood up, grabbed my lunch. I didn't even eat it, threw it into the trash, and walked into the restroom to wash my face, and the whispers still continued quietly in my head. The school bell rang and lunch was over. I headed into the next class and noticed the door was locked and no one was in the room. Students started showing up, waiting for the teacher to appear, but no one showed yet. Finally, 20 minutes later, a substitute teacher showed up, opened the classroom door, and started teaching the class like nothing ever happened. School finally ended for the day, and I walked out of school, and just a few blocks away from home, my father came up to me and said, "Please, don't tell your mom. But did you see it?" He said in fear. "Did you see your teacher dead down the street last night?" I couldn't believe what he just said. "How do you know this?" I said. "I'm so sorry my curse was passed on to you. My family has been cursed by this genie, the genie in the hidden creek. But when you turned 18, you'll start to hear and see things that you shouldn't hear and see before. unless you throw a penny every night at midnight into the hidden creek.